Safe lifting operations. Many lifting operations are completed on a daily basis without any incident. However, every lifting operation, no matter how routine, can be hazardous and have fatal consequences. By planning your lifting operations carefully, it can be relatively simple to make sure that no one gets hurt if things go wrong. By making safety a routine matter, injuries can be avoided. There are many hazards you have to pay attention to when planning and executing lifting operations, such as getting hit, squeezed or trapped under the load. Let's have a look at how we can minimize the risks of accidents. 1. Keep clear from the load. The most important safeguard to prevent accidents with a load falling is to make sure that no people are located in the lifting area just under the load. What you shouldn't do. Do not stand in the lifting area with a load directly above you or in a close vicinity of the lifting operations. What you should do. Follow the guidance from the rigger and stay away from the lifting or exclusion area if not involved in the lifting operation. Make sure the lifting area is clearly marked when applicable. When unloading goods on site delivered with a delivery truck, watch out for the load being lifted to avoid getting your body parts caught or squeezed. What you shouldn't do. Do not stand under the loads or between the moving objects while unloading the delivery trucks. What you should do. Make sure the rigging is performed correctly. The taglines are attached to the object being lifted. Keep safe distance from the object being lifted. Use dedicated push-pull tools for direct handling of the moving objects. 2. Leave it to the pros. We all like to help our colleagues when we see that they are challenged. It can seem natural to offer your help to a rigger with preparing or executing the lifting operations. However, it is not always the right thing to do, as you need special competencies to perform lifting operations. What you shouldn't do. Do not undertake tasks that you are not trained to do. Do not expose yourself or your colleagues to a potential risk by attempting to do work you're not familiar with. What you should do. Stay away from the lifting operations if that is not part of your work tasks. If you see a load being lifted above your colleague, make them aware. Lifting operations are the responsibility of the crane operators and riggers. 3. Secure your load. You should always make sure that the load being lifted is properly secured and stabilized before performing lifting operations. What you shouldn't do. Do not try to lift several heavy objects at once. Do not lift an item that is not secured correctly. Do not overfill the crates. What you should do. Ensure the load is secured and checked before lifting. Verify that the load is placed correctly and is well balanced. When using lifting chains with the hooks, make sure the lifting hooks have safety latch, preferably self-locking, on them. Select suitable containers or crates. 4. Use the right equipment and tools. When planning lifting operations, make sure that the technical equipment and tools used for lifts are suitable. Prepare your lifts by choosing the right equipment. What you shouldn't do. Use equipment that is not suited for the item being lifted. Lift an item that is not secured correctly. What you should do. Make an assessment as to which equipment is best suited for lifting of the load. Ensure that the technical equipment selected is used with the right accessories that are required for the lift. For example, pipe handler attachment. The slings and chains used for securing the loads can easily get damaged and become unsuitable. What you shouldn't do. Do not use old, worn-out slings or bend, twist or make knots on the lifting slings. Do not exceed the maximum load indicated on the sling or chains. What you should do. Check the slings are certified and in good condition. If it appears damaged, you should find a replacement, and never put damaged slings back into storage. Secure multiple items with a ratchet strap to ensure the stability of the lifted item. Select the sling or chain with the maximum capacity higher than the weight of the lifted object. 5. Dynamic lifts. Dynamic effects apply to loads being lifted and can be due to crane or vessel movements, object motion, and environmental influences. What you shouldn't do. Do not enter the lifting area or come close to or under the lifted object. Lift unsecured pallets or drums. What you should do. Remember the load capacity should always be higher than the maximum weight of the lifted load. Consider the weight of marine growth when lifting items. Perform the lift in the best available weather window and search for a sheltered area if necessary. Use dedicated accessories for lifting drums and pallets. As you can see, unsafe lifting operation can lead to disastrous accidents, causing injury or fatality and loss of work time and property. People, machinery, loads, methods and the work environment are all important factors for safe lifting. Proper planning before beginning any lift may help reduce lifting accidents. Always use a last-minute risk assessment and never be afraid to stop the work in unsafe situations. Remember, you see it, you own it. We all have a responsibility. Watch out for yourself and your safety buddies so we can all get home safely.